If the only thing you bring outside tonight is your telescope, your session is already over before it even started. The optics are the easy part. The hard part is everything else. The shaking, the dew, the stuff nobody warns you about. Today, we're building the Session Survival Pack. 5 items that cost less than a pizza, but provide more value than a $500 eyepiece. I'm going to show you what's inside, including one budget fix that I think you'll find startling. I've seen this happen dozens of times at star parties. Someone pulls up, hauls out a beautiful rig, and within 20 minutes, they're ready to quit. It's rarely one big catastrophe, it's the micro frustrations. The ground is uneven. The glass is fogging up. They dropped a tiny screw in the dark and can't find it. When those problems stack together, beautiful nights get wasted, and I don't have time for that. To solve for this, I use the Session Survival Pack. It's 5 specific low-cost tools that live inside this one small bag. This bag stays in my car year-round, and it's my permanent insurance policy against a ruined night. When I'm rushing to get out to my dark sky site, I don't have to hunt for gear. I just grab the scope, grab the bag, and I'm ready to observe. Everything in this bag is about solving the small problems that can ruin big nights. And once you start dialing that stuff in, the next question I usually get is about eyepieces. What people should actually be using in combination with their telescope. As a thanks for subscribing to Night Sky Voyager, I put together a free guide that walks through exactly that. It's linked in the description below. You could spend 5 minutes getting your tripod perfectly level, and then the second you add the real weight, the ground starts to shift. That's where the first item in my pack comes in. The first item in our pack is these anti-vibration pads. These are designed to go under the legs of your tripod to keep your telescope more stable. This is especially true on hard surfaces like concrete or blacktop. Personally, I prefer to set up on grass when it's possible, in case I drop something so that there's less chance of it breaking. So that means I don't need these, right? I found that these are very helpful on soft surfaces as well. Many times you'll set up your tripod and you'll level it before you put the mount head on and the counterweights and the telescope. Overall, it's just easier to do it with all the weight off of the system. But then, once you level it, you start piling on all of those things. If the ground is soft, those tripod feet will sink into the dirt and you will lose your leveling that you spent so much time getting. These pads spread out the contact points on the ground, and your telescope will much more likely hold level because the feet won't sink in. These pads solve 2 problems that are a critical component in my pack, and I bring them with me every single time I go out. If you like this kind of advice, I recently launched a Patreon. One of the perks of joining over there is that I will start making monthly Q&A response videos. Be sure to check it out if you'd like to get behind the scenes of Night Sky Voyager and engage with me on a more direct level. Your eyes take about 20 minutes to adjust to the dark. Just 1 second of white light and that resets to 0. My solution is simple. Item number 2 in my pack is a regular flashlight and red duct tape. We all know that you should use faint red light to preserve your eye's dark adaptation when you're stargazing, but dedicated red flashlights are unitaskers. They're often overpriced, and now modern red LEDs are just way too bright. You could make your own adjustable red flashlight by simply applying some red duct tape to the front of a regular flashlight. And what's nice about this is that you can add or remove layers to adjust the brightness as the night goes on. I found as my dark adaptation gets better and better deeper into the night that one layer is often not enough, and so I just put another piece on. And at the end of the night, you can just rip it off and use the flashlight to search the ground for things that you may have left behind, which I can guarantee you will need to do at some point in time. Telescopes are precision instruments held together by tiny bolts. If one works loose out here, your night is over. So I keep a few things in my pack. It's almost a guarantee that every star party will start off with someone yelling, "Anybody got an Allen wrench? I need a Phillips head screwdriver." One missing or loose screw on your mount or your finder scope or your telescope for collimation can totally ruin an evening in an instant. And there's no fixing any of these problems if your simple tools are 30 minutes away. I keep a couple simple tools in my pack to avoid this problem. These color-coded Allen wrenches from Harbor Freight only cost a few dollars and are indispensable in the field. I've also got this micro ratchet set from Klein Tools that fits into tight spaces and comes with a variety of bits. And I really like this small screwdriver kit that also comes from Klein Tools and has a huge variety of bits that you can use also. These are a little bit more pricey than some of the bargain brands, but I really like how complete they are and the compact size that they come in. These are very convenient. I always have these minimal tools with me, and along with my multitasker duct tape, have saved countless of my own nights and countless nights of my friends. Holding one eye shut for hours sounds simple, but it wears you down faster than you'd think. People think I'm crazy with this one, but don't knock it till you try it. What people don't know about me is that I'm a closet, dressed like a pirate enthusiast. Arrgh! I almost always have an eye patch on my head when I'm observing. During longer observing sessions, you can really increase the level of comfort that you have by simply wearing an eye patch. This allows you to keep this eye open and observe with the other eye in a very comfortable manner. And I definitely use this when I'm solar observing with my hydrogen alpha scope. This method blocks out a lot of the stray light that you'd be getting on this side, even with your eye being closed. This may look a little bit silly, but in the dark, nobody even notices it, and you could just flip it up and keep it out of the way when you need to use both eyes. This has been one of the biggest improvements to my observing experience over the years and is a seriously underrated tip. Dew can ruin your night in an instant, and full dew control is still the real solution. I use it almost every time I observe, but sometimes you need something small, flexible, and fast. That's where the next item comes in. When I first got started with a telescope in 2010, I was all manual, I had no battery or power, and I loved the simplicity of it. But I quickly lost the battle to dew. This is where these disposable hand warmers come into play. These are soft and flexible and can be tucked away into tiny little areas. Open up a couple of these and shove them into your eyepiece case to keep your eyepieces just barely warm and dew-free. Or place them in the nook in your Telrad to keep the glass plate clear, or around your red dot finder to keep that from being fogged over. If you're more interested in learning about full-on dew systems, you can check out the video that I did on them. I'll link it up here. In essence, they want you to have a $500 heater rig, which is great for a large scope or one that will be out for all night. But it can be overkill if you're just observing for an hour or two when dew is still a risk. None of these make your telescope any better, but the Session Survival Pack is there to make sure that you're prepared for some of the most common unexpected speed bumps. Most bad nights don't come from bad equipment, they come from compounding micro problems. These small accessories punch way above their weight to make every night a success. I've put affiliate links for most of these items in the description. It costs you nothing extra, and every bit of support helps me keep this channel growing. If you found this information helpful, please consider subscribing to learn more things that I wish someone had told me when I got started in amateur astronomy. This is Trevor from Night Sky Voyager. Thanks for watching.